So we have a lot of things we are going to be doing today, and I'm going to show you everything.
I actually knew I was going to have a very busy day, so I was ready for it. I had some cake layers that I baked the previous day. I baked red velvet cake, I baked vanilla cake, and some cupcakes as well. So I needed to get to work. I had 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. to work this Saturday because I had an appointment by 12. So I started by cleaning my work table, of course, and bringing out all the cake loaves that I baked the previous day. Then I already made my buttercream the day before as well. It's more like before I decorate a cake the next day, I usually prep for a few things that I know I'll be needing urgently the next working day. So I started with the smallest cake so it will be easier and faster for me. Guys, I was trying to film for YouTube and for Instagram at the same time. Meanwhile, look at that red velvet and vanilla mix. It was so nice. The look was very beautiful. So I was trying to film for both YouTube and Instagram at the same time. It wasn't funny at all. At the point I was so tired, but I needed to continue because I already made up my mind that okay, anything that comes out of it, I'm definitely going to film it today. So most times when I want to combine color in my cakes, I just take a skewer and take a little color and just put it on the body of my buttercream, and it comes out very nice and beautiful. So I'm done decorating this particular one. I was just going to write the name happy birthday somebody and pipe all around the cake. Because I had a lot of work to do this Saturday morning, I started working very early so that I'll finish up at least before I leave the rest for my assistant. She was going to still come later to join me, but I needed to do a few things as much as I could before leaving the studio for her. So this was the second cake, and it also came out so beautiful. The cake was in blue. I think the 3 cakes I made this particular day came in blue color because they were all for guys. Like the 3 cake, okay, the third one was for a lady actually, but it chose blue color as well. So this was the third cake. It was the biggest, and it had like 4 yummy cake layers. This is how I cut my dowel stick before placing it into my cake. I don't know, it's still very hard for me to do that, but I'll get used to it, I guess. But if there is an easier way, please do let me know in the comment section. So I'm doweling my cake to ensure that the layers are very firm so it doesn't move when I'm decorating the cake. If you're watching my video, this is the time to subscribe if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel. Okay, please click the subscribe button. It doesn't take you anything to subscribe to my channel. Then click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I post a beautiful vlog like this. So I was discussing with a friend the other day, and she was telling me to make a YouTube tutorial for trimming of cakes before covering it with a fondant cake. I think I'll still do that. I didn't remember, actually I would have done that with this particular cake, because trimming cakes are actually one of the very serious things you need to learn if you're decorating, especially with fondant, not buttercream, with fondant, because it forms the cake structure so it doesn't bend and so it stands firm. So the next thing is my fondant. I need to measure my cake before rolling out my fondant, and which is exactly what I did right here. So while that was going on, my assistant came in. I think this was around 8 a.m. in the morning, or sometime around 8:30 in the morning. She didn't know I was filming actually, and she was just standing by the camera. stenciling this cake was one beautiful thing I really did, but then it stained my cake board. I still found a way around it anyway. So this is how filming for Instagram and YouTube looks like. I was using my second phone to film for Instagram. If you're following me on Instagram, you should see this video, the BTS of this particular cake, on my IG page. So I did that for YouTube and Instagram at the same time. So the time now is 9:16 in the morning, and I started working around 6 a.m. So it roughly took me 3 hours to work on these three cakes. I think I actually tried. That was fast enough because I was working on the fondant cake, guys. At this point, I was trying to create a thumbnail for this particular video, but I later didn't use this particular pictures I took here. I started packaging because some of the clients were already calling me. Some of the cakes were to be sent out in the morning, and we also made small chops for one of the cakes. Actually, we made small chops alongside some of these cakes, and we did like 100,000 stuffs outside what you're seeing in this video. I just couldn't capture everything, but then I got as much as I could. At this point, I was packaging the small chops that were leaving around 12 p.m. this same day. Guys, I was just running out of time because I had a class and they were already calling me that class has started. But so far, this was what was on the table as of 9 o'clock, and the rider for the first order came to pick up. It was raining, he had to hold on. So I moved over to my class and I left my assistant to continue. So I got to class 30 minutes after the class had started, and I was just trying to follow up. I spent like 3 hours here. Then after that, I left to continue with my orders. I came back to collect my camera because who would take it for me? This was around 3:30 p.m. So I left to check on my girl that was still working at home.
So guys, I'm going to end the vlog here. Alright, so bye.